I can't stand this dude right here. Just me personally, I might get some backlash for this, but I gotta be real as I feel. I can't stand him. Because it's a difference between a civil rights activist and a civil rights attorney. Do y'all get what I'm saying? Like, this man only shows up if it's some money to be made. He only shows up if it's some money to be made. It's hundreds of people, hundreds of stories on social media of people that have reached out to this man and say, hey, can you help me with this case? And according to them, they never even got a response. But as soon as an airman is unalived and there's video and it, pretty much clear cut that the man was unalived unjustly, here he comes talking about, he was the best that we had to offer. Man, you don't care about that, man. All you care about is that money, that chop of that money that you finna get. I can't stand him. Y'all can love him, but to me, it's a difference between a civil rights activist and a civil rights attorney. If all he in it for is the money, that's cool. That's cool. That's cool. But I want to make sure that some people can make the distinction. This is just a civil rights attorney. He ain't for the people.
Benjamin Crump. For everybody that said Benjamin Crump wants to get to the bottom of this, he really cares about Nolan Wells' family, I'm telling you guys, they do not care. It's just a money grab. How do you know, Mr. Tatum? Well, then why, when we reached out to Benjamin Crump, that they didn't respond to us or they made some lame response after our fourth attempt to talk to him? Here's the email. This is the first time we reached out to Benjamin Crump. You can look at the email there, and you know exactly that we reached out to his team. We gave a generic media outreach where we put the information in there and say, hey, we would love to have an open dialogue. We value the conversation. Here's something that we want to know from his perspective what he has, and we wanted to deliver what we have to him. All right, we did that the first time. Here's the second time.
5 days later.
5 days later, here's the next one. What was that, a day after that?
Yep.
And then here's the fourth one.
Yeah, the fourth one is 5:30 in the morning, and it's basically saying, hey, that's still... You go to the next one. Yeah, this is the first response I received, which is basically, or no, this is the final response where they basically say.
Yeah, so the final response said, thank you for reaching out, interest in speaking with Benjamin Crump, right?
Yep.
So the thing is, we reached out to Benjamin Crump. We reached out to talk to Benjamin Crump. We didn't reach out to talk to the family. We only wanted to talk to Benjamin Crump. Put the thing back up there. And so as you can see on there, it says, at this time, the family is taking a break from media engagement as they continue to grieve and spend time together. Why are you talking about the family? I know they're taking a break. Benjamin Crump should be taking a break. He's the attorney.
Correct.
We only wanted to talk to him. They acknowledge the fact that you reached out and interested in speaking with attorney Benjamin Crump, but says that the family is taking the time apart. It's just a lame excuse for them not to engage with us. And people are running their mouth about whether or not they want to know the truth or not. We reached out to them plenty of times.
What we do know is that they don't want to know the truth. And again, shout out to Brandon Tatum. He's doing good work over there. I know a lot of people out there are up in arms. There's a lot of Black folks, highly melanated people that are upset that we actually have somebody doing some investigative journalism and trying to find the truth. And the way you do that is you speak to people from both sides. You speak to both parties. You go down and try to get an understanding of, what the place looks like, where the incident happened. You try to get the timeline, the narrative. That's what investigative journalism looks like. The problem is that we have a mainstream media apparatus that is not interested in doing that anymore. So a lot of people don't really understand what that looks like. And the fact that Ben Crump, who is supposed to be the representative of the Wells family, choosing not to speak with an individual from the media, that right there is a red flag that honestly should tell you everything that you need to know about these people, because he would go to CNN, he would go to MS No One's Watching, because he understands and knows that they're going to give him these softball questions. There's not going to be any real follow-up, things of that nature. You definitely don't want to go over here where someone's actually going to give you some solid, hard-hitting questions. They're going to follow up. You're going to be pressed. They're not interested in that. He's not interested in that. Hit the like button, share the video, subscribe to the channel. We got to keep going.
Of the kind of hate I'm getting for just interviewing. Roll the clip.
Here's my message to some of you ignorant, melanated people that's in my comment section and in my messenger, talking about I hate my people and I hate my race. And you want me to take up for people that's wrong just because they Black.
If Harriet Tubman was alive today, she would blow your brains out without any hesitation. Your brain matter will be all over the ground. No bullshit. Like,
Time out. That's him dog whistling or trying to allude to the fact that he wants me dead. He thinks somebody should kill me because in 2026, what Harry and Tubman and them sacrificed for us to have freedoms and for us to get along with each other, I expressed that, and he think I should be killed. Harry and Tubman would have killed me for being fair to people and not basing stuff based on race. Let it go.
You made $20 million since 2017.
I made $20 million.
Since 2017.
2017.
And never holding white people accountable.
Pocket watching much? Sheesh.
And then you're wondering why people are in your inbox saying the things they're saying to you. You
Threatening
did
my life?
cried real tears when a Nazi got his neck blown off.
Whoa.
Charlie's a Nazi.
A Nazi.
Nazi.
A Nazi. When a racist white person checks you, you do nothing, you say nothing. But when a black person says something you don't like, and I've seen an interview, you was willing to throw hands with them, but called black people violent. Make that make sense. So you know what? As a black man, I'm gonna show you how violent we really can get, right? You know what I hope happens to you? I hope a group of racist, conservative, flag-waving, loving white people string you up on the biggest tree they could find. I hope they get the biggest pickup truck with the strongest chain, wrap it about your ankles, drive 30, 40 miles per hour on the dirtiest, rockiest road possible, and have your skin shredded to the white meat. That is what I hope happens to you.
These are some sick individuals, man. And they talk about, white folks being racist. I mean, I don't know if it gets much more racist than that. Holy smokes, man.
Genuinely, that is what I hope happens to you.
Wow.
You hope I get tortured and killed
Drug behind a car.
like my ancestors, some of my ancestors, because I interviewed one kid, two kids, one black and one white.
Right.
Just interviewed. I didn't speak for them. I let them say what they had to say. I asked them the questions that y'all had and the accusations against them, and I let them talk on a podcast. And now I'm supposed to get drugged and killed and hanged from a tree by racist white people. Make your mind up, bruh. I'm chucking and jiving for the white man because I want to be white and all this. But then the same people gonna kill me for no reason. What he really wanted to say is he hoped that one of them killed me.
Yeah.
Well, that's gonna be a hard task, my brother.
That's really what he was hoping. That's really what it is. That's a dog whistle that, hey, they're basically letting me know, hey, he's fair game. He's fair game. And if something happens to him, nobody's going to shed a tear, so forth and so on. These people are sick. This is a sickness, man. Seriously, this is a sickness. This mindset that you hear from some of these people in the quote unquote community, they're some of the most hateful and some of the most racist people in the country. And what's really sad is mainstream media will not call them out. We're going to call them out on this side of things. We're going to do it. When I hear it, hey, it's got to be said. No different than if I heard somebody else, you know what I'm saying some of the most reckless and crazy things out there, we're going to call them out as well. We're not afraid to do so. We just call it evenly on both sides. This is sad, man.
Officer Tatum constantly regurgitates white supremacist talking points.
So anybody that stands on the truth, speaks their opinion, is standing on white supremacy talking points, man. This is crazy.
If you close your eyes and just heard him talk, you would think he's absolutely some redneck out in Alabama or Mississippi somewhere. This dude is a cancer to the black community. He's actually a cancer to American society, because having somebody like him who constantly validates white supremacist ideology is dangerous.
No, the dangerous are people like this guy who will continuously push a lie. Even when they know it's a lie, they will continue to push a lie. They will continue to cape for bad behavior. You saw this dude in the daggone, in reference to Carmelo Anthony case, continue to push a lie. Matter of fact, still pushing the lie. No, the people that are dangerous are the people that's afraid to tell the truth about what's going on in some of these communities out here. Simple as that.
Hey, y'all, this is George Cook at African American Reports, and this right here is Officer Brandon Tatum. He's a self-hating black man who's also a black MAGA conservative. And he's always talking bad about black people and what he thinks is black culture. Because that's how he makes his money, talking bad about black people to white conservatives. Well, recently, he went to Horn Island with one of Nolan Wells' white friends, so-called friends, to discuss what happened on that island. And this man who always says we should wait to see what happened, let that white friend paint the narrative of what happened. And that was an obvious attempt to defend those young men in this case. That led many people to call Officer Tatum and Uncle Tom. And I just want to say one thing. He's a sellout, he's a sample, but this is my Uncle Tom. And why do I say that? Because when Uncle Tom was given a chance to betray 2 runaway slaves, he chose not to and was beaten to death. This asshole not only would have told where those slaves were, he would have led Massa to them. So Officer Tatum. All right, y'all. Goodbye.
Wow. The language is unnecessary, but should you be surprised? This is TikTok for you. Should you be surprised that you have people out here who are spewing this because you get someone that's actually doing the job that we used to believe mainstream media would do, which is to do real hard-hitting investigative journalism. And that means that you speak to people from both sides. I watched the interviews. He asked questions and allowed these youngins to speak. He also went and spoke to a plethora of other people in the community. They chose not to be on camera, but he just asked questions and allowed them to speak. He didn't paint a narrative. He just allowed them to speak. So that's wrong now. That's, being, a rat and all these other types of things. That's a Sambo, because you decided to go and say, you know what, let's go and speak to the people out in the community and give them a voice and allow them to speak. Reached out to Ben Crump. Ben Crump has decided that he doesn't want to do an interview, although he's willing to do interviews everywhere else in the country, if it's considered quote unquote, liberal media. These people have no shame, man.
Here's my message to some of you ignorant, melanated people that's in my comment section and in my messenger, talking about I hate my people, I hate my race. And you want me to take up for people that's wrong just because they black. I have said from the very beginning that I support finding out what happened to Nolan Wells. Everybody want to know what happened to Nolan Wells. When I talk to the young boys, they want to know what happened to Nolan Wells because they weren't there when he apparently died. But you want me to go out on a limb and hate these young boys because they white. You want me to hate white people. I'm not doing it. I'm not going to hate people because of the color of their skin. I could have sworn that our ancestors thought that we can be identified by our character and get beyond skin color. But you low-life losers continue to use all of your energy to be mad at me because I want to know from everybody what happened to Nolan. Y'all just want to play the race game and I ain't playing it.
And with that being said, we're going to get out of here. He's absolutely right. You can't at one point say, hey, judge me by the character of my, don't judge me by the character of my skin, but by me, as an individual, but then on the flip side, make everything about judging people based off of the character of their skin. I don't get it. You can't have it both ways. There's a lot of double-minded, reprobate individuals, on that side of things. And I get it, like clicks, views, and follows, goes a long ways when you're willing to paint this type of narrative. But I want to hear from you guys. What are your thoughts, man? Y'all make sure y'all keep Tatum lifted up in prayer because there's obviously some people that are gunning for him. They basically, put a bullseye on the brother's back. I'm for certain he's got security. Obviously, he was a police officer, so he can handle himself. He can take care of himself. I'm for sure of that. But y'all make sure y'all keep him lifted up in prayer, as well as his family and his team over there, man, because, this shouldn't be. Someone doing their job shouldn't have to face these types of threats. But, obviously, people are crazy in this day and age. It's pretty obvious. I want to hear from you guys in the comment section. Hit the like button, share the video, subscribe to the channel, turn the notifications on to all so you never miss an upload. Consider joining the ARP family or buy your brother a coffee. That link's in the description box below. I appreciate the love. I appreciate the support. And as always, keep God first. Stay prayed up. We'll catch up with you guys next time. Peace.
It is God who arms me with strength. Yeah, I'm battle ready. He trains my hands for battle. My heart stays steady. But thanks be to God, he gives us the victory. Through my Lord Jesus Christ, fear can't live in me. I was down to the dirt, red clay on my shoes, old pain in my shirt, oh so bruised. And the Lord hit my chest, kicked death from my breath, put power in my step.